Top of the morning, everybody. It's Matt with Driver Studio. Thank you so much for coming out and checking out the videos today. I'm going to be going over my little backstory on my 57 Chevy Wagon. Finally today. But first, I wanted to say thank you so much for coming here, checking out the page. We've been loving all the growth lately. It's been awesome. Hopefully, we can continue to grow and hopefully grow even faster and faster. But yeah, please subscribe below. Make sure to throw a comment down there. Tell me how dirty my shop is. Tell me how my lighting sucks, or tell me that you actually like the content that I have going on. I appreciate that. Yeah, so thank you for coming here. This is what I got going on with the Wagon. So this is my 1957 Chevy 210 Wagon. No, it's not a Nomad. No, it's not a two-door. No, it's not a sedan delivery. Yes, it is kind of tucked nicely in the shop. Yeah, I'm going to try to walk around it as much as I can. So I've been asked before, hey, what's the story on your car? How's it been going on the Wagon? Heard about it in the past. Wanted to see some updates on it. How did you get that car? What did you do to make that car yours? Blah, blah, blah. Did you buy and sell some other cars to get that car? No, this car right here, I bought this car in 2014 from a friend of mine that I'd been going and doing some car shows with, and over the years we became good friends. And this car came up for sale on Craigslist, and I told a buddy of mine, I said, man, I've really been wanting a Wagon. Show you in the back. Yeah, it's just got a saddle blanket back there. It's got the Fat Mat fake Dynamat up there. Some Trailblazer buckets, my massive wiring. Yes, the car does run and drive, and I have taken this car to shows just like this with my ignition sitting on the floor like that. So, saw the car come up on Craigslist, and I went and checked the car out with another buddy, and my one buddy tried to talk me out of it, and he said, man, that car's way too rusty. And I thought, it's not that bad. And I said, man, I think I can make that car something special. I don't think it's that far gone. So I kind of thought about it for a while, slept on it, dwelled on it. And of course, I ended up buying the car. But what happened was I was talking with a buddy of mine at a car show about this thing. And he says, man, I own that car. And I thought, that's crazy. You own that car? What a small world. And I said, man, I would love to make a deal with you on that car. So I did. I ended up buying the car. It's kind of a small world connection, I guess. Brought it home and decided, I really want to make this car everything I've always wanted in a car. Meaning I wanted to have the creature comforts, tinted glass, air conditioning. I wanted to have four-wheel disc brakes, fuel injection, 4-speed overdrive transmission, NRA decal on the window. That's actually been on there since who knows how long. It's just sun faded, so I think it kind of matches the car color-wise with the turquoise. One of my favorite colors. Hey, check out that bling bling on the top. Anyways, so I decided to jump right into it. Ripped it completely off the frame, like you'll see in the photos. Ended up sourcing a 4.8 LR4. Got that from up in the north end, about an hour away north of where I'm at, out here in beautiful Renton, Washington. Then I scored a 4L80E trans out of a wrecked service truck. Truck had been T-boned. It was pretty smash-o'd. Ended up scoring the tranny out of that. Had 72,000 miles. Still ended up going through that tranny, rebuilding that tranny. Had a good buddy of mine redo that, which coincidentally, I have to go pick up another transmission today for our K5 build. So ended up slapping the 4L80 behind the 4.8. And then I ended up sourcing a 8.8 out of a 2002 or 2003 Ford Explorer. So yeah, it's got a 4.8 LR4, 4L80E, 4-speed overdrive trans. It's got the 8.8 four-wheel disc brakes, the 373 Posi. What else does it have? It's got, well, let's climb underneath and we'll show you guys what it looks like underneath. So yeah, LS swapped. I used all Earl Williams suspension components. Meaning, let's see, I got a sway bar kit from them. I got their, let's slide this back a little bit. I've got a peeling cross member because I prepped it badly. But yeah, the whole frame has been sanded, painted. I even have some pinstriping on the frame. We'll come right over here, show you guys that. Look at that. Yeah, it was just kind of a random thing. Some 17s. Now I used to have 14 by 8s on the thing, believe it or not. They were pretty cool, but I just like the look of the 17s. The car used to be stock height when I first kind of got it up and going. And our club president, he had this set of 17s on his. Let's see, here we go. 225, 50 17s in the front. And these are just some Steelies from Summit Racing. They were not that expensive at all. Anyways, the back tires are just a skosh different in size. Might be able to see from the inside. No, I can't read it. Still, lots of cool stuff. So I just had the exhaust done on this last summer. Before then, what was I running? Some just quick cheater exhaust? No, I think I was running open LS2 manifolds. And I actually had the LS2 manifolds ceramic coated. Thought that'd be kind of cool. I bought these LS2 manifolds from another club brother, and he was throwing some headers on his LS2. So I got these, and I ended up having them ceramic coated. And then I took it to Auburn Muffler and Brake in Auburn, Washington, and I had them do the exhaust work, which I've been really, really pleased with. I love the exhaust work on this thing. There's actually another video on the channel that you guys can feel free to go back and see, and you will see the exhaust work done on it at that time, about a year or so ago. Yeah, my fuel injection system, my pump, my filter, all that good stuff. Not a big fan of those because, man, if that thing shakes just right, it does spray leak. Please shout out and let me know what you guys do to solve that problem. Let's see, Flowmaster 40 series exhaust. Got those mufflers right there. They're black, they work. Yeah, I like them. They're at the exhaust shop. I wasn't going super crazy. You know, the underside, for being as detailed out and quote unquote as nice as it is, I really was just trying to have fun with it. I just wanted everything to be clean. So in the future, when I work on my car, it's not just a dirt pile, you know what I mean? There was so much dirt in the frame, it was just nasty. Here's some more work that I did to the car. I tell people that I've kind of got a C-notch. It's not really a C-notch. What it is that is the, I guess, it's a C-notch in the frame, sure, but that is so I can run the springs in line with the frame. So my springs are not inboard or outboard of the frame. Yes, that's my e-brake cable zip tied up so it doesn't drag on the ground while I'm driving. But I did that just so that way I had a little bit more clearance, so I didn't have any issues. See, with a Wagon, you end up having really, really tight clearance with the tank. Of course, the tank is base coat, clear coat, black. See, once again, one of those fancy things. The car looks super fancy, like I said, but I just did it to keep things clean for when I work on it. So yeah, that kit right there for the springs, that is from Earl Williams. What else do I have? Oh, let's see if I can slide this stuff out of the way for you and show you the shock crossover bar. Because if you're not familiar with the 57 Chevy Wagon, the 57 Chevys, and I guess the other cars as well, the 57 Chevys, the shocks actually bolt into the floor. So what I did was I cut those pockets out where the shocks bolt, and I ran this shock crossover bar. And that is from Williams Classic Chassis as well. 4-inch blocks in the back on top of the factory leaf springs. And these leaf springs with this kit, there you can see the pocket kit. I guess that's what you call this, the spring pocket kit. Look at that. This is dirt inside my frame. Isn't that nasty? So by doing the spring pocket kit, that allows for me to use my factory springs, and I use those blocks. Those are the factory positioning of the perches on the Ford Explorer, and they just bolted right up. Yep, and then I got some oversized U-bolts from summitracing.com, and made it happen. Nothing super insane. So yeah, then I had a custom driveline done. Driveline's Northwest. Driveline's pretty beefy. When I first measured it out, it was a little bit too long, so it was kind of tight in there, so I had to take it back, had to modify it. Now it fits fantastic. Makes noise. My drive shaft rubs on the floor because of the offset pinion. Long story short, the 8.8, it bolts right in, but my drive shaft is actually over a little bit to the passenger side. No big deal. It's only going to rub and hit the floor so many times. Make sure to go back and check out the other video from last year when we took this car to the show. Hilarious. Banging on the floor the whole entire time. But I made it. It's not a big deal. Almost a cosmetic issue, we'll say. Now, the sides of the car. If you'll notice, I do not have the kick-up piece that comes off this door and goes back like so. This being a 210, it did not have the insert piece. Now, I've talked with a bunch of people about this. You can feel free to go online and look up some brochures from back in 1956 when they were getting ready to debut the new idea for the 1957. They were not too happy that Chrysler had a little bit more fancy on the side of their car. So in 1957, originally, this was how that side stainless was going to be. Feel free to argue with me on that. Like I said, you can go on and Google search and look up a 57 Chevy. You can find the documentation, the brochures, the history about this. In the final hours, GM said, we need to make some more flash and pizzazz on these quarter panels. And that is when they decided to add that piece of stainless that came up, ran back, and they had the insert piece. It said Bel Air, yada, yada, yada. Otherwise, it would have looked like this. So I like to tell people this is the prototype paint scheme on my car. Now, I do have some things like the fancy schmancy Bel Air door handle scuff guards. Yes, my car says fuel injection on the fenders. That's why I'm wearing my Impala hat with the cross flags. Boom, another shout out to Kelly Chevy Life. Because I run those cross flags on my car. And the reason why I do that, of course, is because of the fuel injected motor. Yes, I mean, a fuel injected motor, we could have some agreement or disagreement on what people say is a fuel injected motor. This is an LS motor, LR4 4.8. It's fuel injected. I mean, it really is. It's not a fuel injected small block like they were back in the day. Another shot down this side. Try to show y'all. See if I can get a little bit of a twinkle from the top. Now the top, even though it's super dirty from bugs that are falling from my ceiling in my shop, the top is tri-staged, has some different color pearls and flakes in it. The white is also, I really got to clean my car. The white, let's hope I can pick that up. You guys see that? Wipe the dirt off my car. See that twinkle? So the top and this white are both tri-staged. Just have some pearl and some flake over the color, trapped under the clear, just for a little bit of dance and pizzazz. But down low is just solid turquoise. This is L1097 turquoise. I just did it like that, so that way I'd have some pop and pizzazz. But if I scored some rock chips while I'm cruising, it's relatively easy to touch up and make look nice again. But then from the back, when you ride behind me, the sun hits the back of the car. I love this. When I open the shop doors, it just sparkles so much. I love it. So, of course, I believe that is a Bel Air thing right there, but I just love that piece. That just, I don't know. Maybe that's a 210 thing, but you know, I ordered that out of a catalog and it was gold plated like that. I really like it. I really dig it. I know that the Bel Airs had that big V, so maybe that is a correct 210 piece, but just for my car, it's a little bit fancier with the gold. Then, of course, just some Amazon gold plates. The bumper guards. I actually have some new bumper ends for this thing. I need to put those on. I scored these taillight lenses with the blue dots. Always thought that was cool, kind of old school traditional stuff. But yeah, I'll eventually end up getting the bumper ends changed out. Kind of one of the things on the to-do list is getting the bumpers re-chromed, straightened, or just flat out buying new bumpers. You know, it already has all the stainless down the sides polished. I do have all the stainless that goes around the glass. I think it's all polished and straightened, or really, really, really nice. I just need to pop it all on here, get it on here one of these days when I'm not working on something else. I gotta be honest, I guess if it comes to a convertible, 55 is my favorite, but I've always thought 56s just look so fast. But 57 Chevy just seems, it screams to me Americana. I've just always thought a 57 Chevy is just the iconic, classic hot rod cruiser, all around cool American car. That's why I decided to go this route. And like I said, it worked out really well when I found out my buddy was the one who owned this car. And all it needed was a full frame-off restoration. But there it is, everybody. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. We'll chop it down, make everything look as nice as possible. I'm gonna go back inside, maybe get ready to eat some lunch. I gotta go run and pick up more parts. I think I might even be going to look at a Chevelle today, but shh, we won't tell my wife about that. New stuff coming in the future. Gonna be working on the K5, the full convertible, doing the 2-wheel drive conversion. Keep an eye out for that. That's gonna be lots of fun. So as soon as we're done with the Buick, make sure to go back and check out some other videos like the lace top paint job. That one is going crazy. Thank you so much, everybody, for getting me over 10,000 views on that video. That's awesome. Let's get some of these other videos up over 10,000 as well. Please, please, please subscribe. Make sure to check us out. Weekly content, always getting stuff out there. Even if you come down positive with Omicron like I did. I hope everybody's staying safe out there and healthy. Once again, thank you for coming out, checking out Driver Studio, driverstudio.com. Make sure to check out my friends' pages. Tonight, got a shout out. The big homie, thank you so much for saying what's up to me yesterday. Pole Barn Garage, go check out the page. Craziest videos of the worst GTO ever. So once again, that's Pole Barn Garage on YouTube. Check out his page. If you guys love GTOs, you know we love GTOs. We had our GTO a while back and the other GTOs in the past. Yeah, blow your mind. Pole Barn Garage, big shout out. I hope I see you in the fall at No Name Nationals. I'm not calling you out because I'm not crazy. I don't know if we'll be ready, but I would love to hang out with you in the future. Shout out. Yeah, and then of course all my other buddies, Morstke Garage, Iowa Classic Cars. I'm going to pretend like I know these guys until they pretend like they know who I am. So yeah, hopefully you guys love the video. We'll see y'all next time. Driver Studio out.